We're going to talk to Michael Rapaport here in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Rapaport has a show called Atypical. It's in season 3. It launches on Netflix. I've never watched it.
It's good. I saw first season.
I watched it. It's actually a good show.
It follows a 19-year-old on the autism spectrum like Hoppy who searches for love and independence. And what does Michael Rapaport play?
He's his father.
Oh.
And the mother is, what's her name? From Fast Times at Ridgemont High and from Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the one who's always the victim and everything.
What is her name? It's bad.
1 second.
Hold on.
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, she had 3 names.
You did it.
Yeah.
You did it.
The show is called Atypical. Let's welcome back to the show Michael Rapaport. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing.
What's that? You were breaking up. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. Michael, I like you. You've been in some great movies, man. You were great in Copland. You were great in True Romance with Brad Pitt, Floyd on the couch. But what the hell's going on with you lately?
What do you mean?
You turned into a goddamn whackpacker. Every time I turn on Howard, you're on there screaming about fantasy football or want to fight somebody. You want to fight Brent. Why are you so mad at Brent?
Hey, am I a guest on your show?
Yeah.
And what am I here to talk about?
Is that all I can talk about? I can't talk about it is my show.
No. I'm asking you, what am I here to talk about?
I don't care what you're. I'm asking you what I'm asking you. I'm asking you what you're making yourself famous for now. I'm not playing tough. You look who talks about playing tough. You're the guy who's trying to play tough. You want to fight everybody whenever you get in a bad mood and you're mad at something.
I'm famous for doing what?
Well, you used to be famous for being a good actor, and now you're famous for being a whiner.
Yeah. What's happening on Friday?
I give up.
Read the copy, punk.
Oh, now I'm the tough guy. I'm the punk.
Read the copy, punk.
Don't talk to me like I'm a goddamn monkey and I'm gonna do what you tell me to do. You think I care about you?
Read the copy.
You. I'm not reading the copy. Why don't you go do more cameo videos? Why don't you get more $150 so you can tell people that they're. You know what, dude? You are exactly the douchebag that I thought you were, and I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt and let you explain it, and then you turn and you're gonna. I'm a punk.
You're a radio guy. You're a radio guy in Tampa Bay. Read the copy, sucker.
What does that mean? I'm a radio guy. I'm a successful radio guy in a big market. You are a guy who's got a third-rate show on Netflix.
What is it?
You're a guy with a third-rate show on Netflix going to try and give me a hard time for being a successful radio guy in Tampa. What does that have to do with anything? And I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. I called you out on it, but like a typical bitch, you get all whiny on me. Is that it? Did he hang up? Did you hang up too now, you big crybaby?
Right here. Read the copy, pussy.
Oh, how is me not? Why are you begging me to promote your stupid show? Is that what you need? Hello? That's it.
No.
He calls me a pussy and then hangs up. Read the copy. First of all, what copy are you talking about? I have here that Michael Rapaport's on a and that if he wasn't a dick and he was able to just have a good conversation with me, I would have promoted it.
Is it coming back on Friday, maybe?
Yeah.
Is that what he was asking? Is that what it is?
Who cares?
Oh,
Nobody's
no,
watching
I
it.
didn't know.
Nobody's watching it. What a baby. Yeah, tough guy, and then he's going to call me a pussy. What a douchebag. So Michael Rapaport doesn't like Brent Hatley for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know the whole story, but every time I turn on Howard, he's on. First, he was on doing fantasy football, and then he would cry about losing and who was better. And I thought, this is a guy who used to be a respected actor. He had these great parts in these movies. Like in Copland, he was really good. He was good in the Spike Lee movies. He's a good representation of New York when he was younger, and now he's just turned into a complete and utter douchebag. Last time we had him on the show, he had a real attitude about him, and I got through the whole interview, and I was good, and I was like, all right, whatever. Yeah. And then I just watched him decline, his whole career decline, and now he just calls He's not even really Howard show. He doesn't get on the main show. He goes on like the after show and all the other like peripheral shows because he has to give him some attention. And then he'll find a guy on the show to fight with so that it could be interesting so that Howard could, I don't know. Maybe we should call Brent. You want to try and call Brent?
Yes.
Find out what's going on with that? I don't know if Brent's at work today or how that works. What's it say?
Turn it up.
It's as loud as it goes, guys. What a pussy-ass baby. Can't take a little criticism. Did he call back?
No.
If he calls back, put him right through. Read the copy. Do something do something good so you don't have to get up in the morning.
You have reached the voicemail box of 7.
Well, I'm not going to do
He called you a punk.
And then call me a pussy. And then got all tough guy.
I haven't heard someone be called a punk in such a long time.
That's what you do when you don't know what else to do.
Punk.
Eddie, good morning.
Hey, I just want to give you props for ripping that dude, man. He lives in a fantasy world and he wants to be a tough guy.
Yeah, well, that's what I find. Anybody that's on the other end of a phone or a computer can always be a tough guy because they've got no repercussions. It's not like I'm going to run into Michael Rapaport today. So it's easy for him to be a tough guy and call me a pussy.
Yeah, let's face it. I mean, all them douches out there, they live in a fantasy world and want to tell everybody else how to live their life, and they play make-believe for a living.
Thank you, sir. I'm a guest on your show?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. You are, in essence, getting up in the morning and begging radio stations to talk about your TV show so that people will watch it. That's what you're doing. And then you think because you're a guest, this is not the Tonight Show. I'm not trying to book. Michael Rapaport isn't helping the ratings of this show. I thought maybe we'd have some interesting conversation when I could tell him that he's really starting to suck now, and he's really turned himself into an embarrassing crybaby. He's a whack packer, is what he is. He went from being a respected actor to being along the lines of Medicine Man and Crackhead Bob and anybody else who's got nothing going on and they just need some attention. It's sad. You used to have a career, Rapaport. Mike Calta Show, good morning. Hello? Yes, sir.
Yeah, you just ripped Michael Rapaport a new one, and I think all the guys at Barstool would like to thank you because those guys...
they don't like him?
No, they talk about him and talk about his
herpes?
Yeah.
He does have some weird-looking herpes thing on his lip.
He used to work for him. And I guess he got fired for talking bad about the company, but I hate him, too. He's terrible. Glad you ripped him.
No, thank you, sir. I didn't know about that, but I would happily send that to Barstool because I, and that's Spanish and Joe, I think, like Barstool more than anybody, the pizza thing.
Yeah.
But I love all the videos. It's the only video I watch on Snapchat is the Barstool News stuff, other than naked girls. Mike Calda Show, hello. Hello, Rick.
Yeah, I was just. This is Ricky. I just thought, what a great idea it would be for you to punch his lights out at the punch out.
See, I
Be
don't.
the punk that he thinks you are.
I don't have a problem with that whatsoever, Ricky. I'll tell you that right now. And if Michael Rapaport calls back in, that's why I'm trying to answer these live. If he calls back in, I challenge it. The problem that every time I turn on Howard's show, he's trying to fight. That's his thing. He just fights. He never actually is going to fight anybody. He's never going to do any of that. He's a big pussy.
He's got the words.
Look,
you can back it up.
It's so funny though, is that if I didn't want to talk to him, I would have just not had him on the show. But to put him on, tell him what I don't like, and have him say, because there have been people I talk to, and then they tell me something, and I go, oh, well, I didn't know that. Now you're right, and I apologize. I've done that plenty of times. So if he would have had something to come back with, we could have had a good conversation. But instead, he got scared, yelled at me, cursed, and then hung up the phone. Jerk off.
Exactly. Love you guys. Happy Halloween.
Love you.
I got you, pal. Let's go to Randy. Good morning, Randy.
Hey, Mike. Man, that was awesome. I go back and forth between Howard and you guys. You know, Howard's only live for 3 days out of the damn week. But that could have went so much better, man, if he'd have just been, in good spirits and said, yeah, I go back and forth with Brent. He's a douche, blah, blah, blah. Him and his wife are swingers.
And then I could have been like, well, I know Brent, so let me tell you what I know. And then next thing you know, I could have been siding with Rapaport. But he's too much of a baby.
You're an awesome interviewer, brother, and I love your show, man. That just sucks that he's such a douchebag.
Well,
good job, bro.
Well,
good
thank
job.
you. Thank you. Like I said yesterday on the show, I'm like, I got issues with Rapaport. I'm going to tell him when he calls the show. Like, I had issues with Spike Lee because I met Spike Lee one time, and he was real – He was real prejudiced. He did not want to talk to me because I assumed because I'm white, because he was catering to all the black people around me and would not talk. Every time he talked to me, he'd look at me and give me a mean face.
Right.
And I want to talk to him about it. But then we got him on the air, and he was such a good, interesting guest. And he is a film icon. If you have a chance to have a good interview, good to go with it. I only got 7 minutes or 10 minutes with you on the phone. If Spike Lee would have been in the studio, I could look him right in the eye and go, you were a real dick to me one time, and be honest with him. And I don't know. Every time the phone rings, I'm hoping he calls back. See, here's the thing: is that I'll leave here today, and I'll go home and lay in bed at night, and I'll be like, "Well, I thought Michael Rapaport was a sucker," and I told him. And he's in there, and he's like, "God damn, that guy in Tampa! Why did he mean to me?" And he's gonna be losing sleep over it tonight.
He's gonna be like that punk.
Yeah,
That punk. Punk kids.
Feel bad for the next radio station.
Yeah.
Lord, I wish we could find out who else the show is on and go.
You won't believe what just happened to me.
Oh, you radio guys are dicks, man. Oh, well. Sorry, Michael Rapaport. You nobody. Hey, by the way, Michael Rapaport's on a show that starts with an A on Netflix. I threw it there to promote his show.
Atypical.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Gio, did he call back? Did you talk to anybody?
No. But the reason he got fired at Barstool was because he was crapping on their fans. And Dave Portnoy was like, what's wrong with you? It's like, those fans are what bought me my house. Those fans are what gave us all jobs and built these offices in New York City. And you're crapping on the fans and you work here.
Why was he crapping on the fans?
It was, they had like a kind of like a similar thing, like a punch out.
Oh, I've seen them do their one-on-one match or whatever.
I guess he'd gotten into it with some of the bloggers that work at Barstool because he owed them money through fantasy football. And then fans started attacking him. So then he was going against all the Barstool fans, saying you're nothing but jerk offs and losers and stuff, and they're like, get the hell out of here.
Well,
but Barstool hates him. They all hate him there.
Can we send that to Barstool?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, send it to him because I don't like him either now. He does have I don't know that it's herpes. I'm calling it a herpes. It could be a blister. It could be a sore, but he does have a herpes-looking thing on his lip. Does he not? If you Google Michael Rapaport, you'll have to Google him because he doesn't come up right away in Google because he's not that famous. But if you Google Michael Rapaport, you can see on his bottom lip, he's got a real obnoxious looking sore on his lip. And it's pretty gross. All right, well, I got to take a break. If he calls back, Carmen, we're putting him right through.
I gotcha.
Right through. No hesitation.
Okay.
I'm not a punk.
Okay.
It's the Mike Calta Show. We'll be back.
You're listening to the Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.